another organization that I have very strong feelings toward that came out of the Seattle Gay Clinic was the Chicken Soup Brigade. And the way that that came about was we were getting, more and more requests on our Wednesday and Saturday clinics from people who knew of people who were sick. They maybe didn't have an AIDS diagnosis, but they were homebound. They didn't have partners who could care for them. They were estranged from their families. They needed help just getting to doctor's appointments or getting groceries, or somebody to just come visit them and see if they were okay. And I had heard about the Gay Men's Health Crisis founding a buddy system back in New York City, and I called a friend of mine who was part of that system in New York and said, how does it work? Maybe we could do something like that in Seattle. So I went to one of our board meetings at the Seattle Gay Clinic with a proposal that could we look for a core group of volunteers, because we had a good many volunteers who were looking for other things to do, who might be willing to do work out in the field, providing, at that point we didn't know what kind of support for people who were sick, whether they had AIDS or not. Because we knew personally a lot of people who were sick and who didn't have people to look after them. I came up with the name, the Chicken Soup Brigade, because an old friend of mine who had brain cancer, it turned out, who whenever he had to go in to see his neurologist, he would call me up and say, you think you could cook me up a little bit of chicken soup today? And that's where the name came from. That was his code word for he needed some companionship and some support when he went to see his doctor. So we put this proposal out, and one of the co-leaders of the group of about 8 of us who started the Chicken Soup Brigade, Joshua. Josh was a great fundraiser, real grassroots, street person fundraiser, very knowledgeable about how to squeeze money out of a turnip. He decided that if I would help start up this group and figure out how to get some training for them, that he would do some fundraising. We put on some big dances and some events and whatnot to raise money.